just put Weston down, so that's why I'm gonna kind of not talk very loud. But as you know, as the title of this video, I am no longer pregnant. I found out on Tuesday, that there was no baby. There was most likely never a baby. Not to like what I would consider. I was supposed to be 8 weeks and 1 day when I went in, and when I was measured, I was only measured at 6 weeks and 1 day, and there was just a sac. There was no baby, there was no yolk sac, there was nothing at all. And you guys know I went at 5 weeks, and it was just, I think I might even have it. Yeah, it was just that. Right, so that's pretty much what it looked like, but a little bit bigger. When she measured me, she was like, when we first saw it, I knew right away, because I know what it's supposed to look like at 8 weeks, and she was like, what did they measure you at? And I was like, 5 weeks when I went last time, and that was 3 weeks ago. So there was only, in a 3-week period, there was only a week of growth. My dates aren't off. That 3 weeks, and there's only 1 week of growth. After she looked everywhere, she was like, there's nothing in here. She's like, if there was a yolk sac, I would tell you to come back next week. She's like, but there's nothing. Like, there's nothing there. So, if you have been following me, if you know me personally, I've always kind of had this thought that something wasn't right. The only symptoms that I had really, like, that when I really think back on it, I was only tired for about 2 days, and that was right when I found out. There was a couple days there where I thought I couldn't even, function. Sorry. And that's that was the last time that I was really tired. After that, no real nausea. You guys know that I'm a nauseous person, so, I can just equate it to, I'm just a little bit hungry, but nothing like what I had with Weston. I know every pregnancy is different, and I kind of thought that's maybe why. Maybe my body's just able to deal with it better or something. I don't know. I was very hungry. I did go through a couple dizzy spells, and those are very frequent. Those were normal with when I was pregnant with Weston, but for the most part, I really didn't have a lot. When I did my 6 and 7 week update, I told you guys that I just want to eat junk, but I don't know if that was because I was home and I was in a place where, Canada, there's lots of things that we can't get in the States that are really good, like Oreos. Okay, guys? They're really good in Canada. I don't know if there's anybody that lives in the States, but anybody that can shop in Canada that lives in the States, if you're a border city, go get your Oreos over there. This is kind of gross, and if you're vegan or vegetarian, you're not going to want to eat them anymore, and I think that's why they do that in the States, but there's animal fat in Oreos. At least this is what my cousin told me, and she says that way, that's why they taste so much better. But anyways, that's a side note. So I was eating all these things that I don't have here, and I don't know if maybe that's why I just thought I'm just eating junk because I'm pregnant and whatever. I don't know. But nothing that was crazy. I was not tired, you guys, at all. I remember my friend who was 3 weeks ahead of me kept saying, why aren't you tired? I am, done. And I was like, oh, it's probably because you work and, no. Clearly, I'm tired now. Sorry. That was an ugly face. But I was just not tired. So, anyway, so the doctor, she took a picture for their records. I didn't really want a picture anyways. But I wasn't surprised. I told my husband, it's supposed to look like this at this stage on the screen, and it doesn't, and, there's nothing there. So I think he was really shocked, because he didn't have the, intuition like I did. I don't think he was very prepared for that. Of course, I started crying when she left the room, and I said, I'm so embarrassed. I told so many family members. I told my extended family on my mom's side, and, I told some friends, and, as much as everyone's always going to be very supportive of you, no matter what you're going through, it's still like, oh, God, now I have to tell, 20 people that I'm not pregnant anymore, So, but I think I was mainly crying because it was, what I thought it was true. So, we were waiting for her to come back, and Evan started crying, and that was really sad to see because I know he was really excited. Of course I was really excited, but like I said, he obviously didn't have those feelings that I did, that something wasn't right. So, I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. So, she came back, and this is after I got dressed, and, she told me, okay, this is usually called a belated, I think I'm saying it right, belated, whatever, ovum. So, the egg is fertilized, it attaches to the wall, the yolk sac starts, but then the egg dies. And she goes, and usually either your body absorbs it, or it's so small that we can't see it right now. She goes, so, you have a couple options. You can have a D&C, you can miscarry naturally, or you can take you can take the pill, which is misoprostol. So, you guys know I was supposed to take that for Weston when I was going to induce labor with him. When I was 41 weeks. Oh my God, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to edit this, so I'm sorry that I'm yawning so much. So I knew what it was all about. I knew what it did. So we just talked about that. My husband said, what if we come back in a week? And she goes, honestly, if there was a yolk sac, I would be come back, but there's nothing there. And she was pregnant, so I could tell that she was really upset for us. She was I'm really sorry, and I wish that this wasn't what it is, but sometimes this just happens, and it's not rare. It's normal for these things to happen, and it's pretty common that people have miscarriages, and so I started to think back and be oh my God, I didn't take my prenatals religiously before I got pregnant, and just thinking of all these things, oh, what if it was because I did this, what if it was because I drank a couple weeks before, and I just was thinking of all these things, and she was these are nothing that you could have done. It's just an abnormality. The sperm or the egg, either one of them had a missed chromosome or whatever it was, and it just didn't complete the circle type of thing. So we got dressed, and I said, well, I don't want to wait. I don't know. She goes, I don't know when you're going to miscarriage. It's already been 2 weeks since the growth stopped, and you haven't even started bleeding or cramping. So my best bet for you, my option for myself, if I was you, was to do this. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do that, and see what happens. So we got home, and I called some people, and my husband called some people, and we just thought about, my husband works, and he has a type of job that things are deadlined, like most jobs, but things are deadlined, and he has to, this week he really had to be there. So of course he was I'll stay home today. Why don't you take it today? And then hopefully, you'll be okay by at least Thursday, and if I have to stay home on Wednesday, I will. So I had to get my blood taken to see if I was anemic. Sorry. You could probably count and tell me how many times I've yawned. And I got it back that everything was fine, and she said you can go ahead and take it. So I inserted 4. She gave me 8 in case it didn't happen. And about 2 hours later, cramping started, and by, I think, about 10 o'clock that night, everything was pretty much gone. Of course, I am still bleeding, but it's just a regular period type of thing. So you're probably wow, she's really calm and whatever, but I'm not entirely sure if in a week I'm going to be different. I'm obviously really sad that I'm not going to be able to share this pregnancy with my best friend back home, with her being only 3 weeks ahead of me. That was really sad, and I know that she was upset when I told her. And I don't know, that was probably the most upsetting thing to me, because I know that we can try again, and I'm very positive that it will happen again. Like, we'll get pregnant and it'll be successful and it'll be fine. But it is obviously sad, and I am scared for, trying to conceive again. So I hope that I can get pregnant again, and I hope that everything's fine. We are definitely going to wait. I am going to try to lose another 10 pounds and just become a little bit healthier. I'm looking into, maybe going raw vegan until like 4 o'clock every day. I know there's some people that do that, and I might start doing that. I'm pretty much like a really healthy eater, but I can make some improvements. My husband's going to do a bunch of stuff to make, he's like, I'm going to stop drinking, and he's always not a heavy drinker, just drinking in general. I don't drink really ever, so he's like, I'm just going to start doing stuff like that, and drink more water, and we did that for Weston. We pretty much gave up like every indulgent that we had, and we had a successful pregnancy. So I'm hoping that it won't be too long. We had plans on coming back home next July for family reunion, and I was so happy because we were going to be coming back with a new baby again, because we were the couple that had the new baby when we went the first time. But it probably won't happen because we're not going to start trying until I get a successful period, or like November. So we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for all the support. When you have a family, a physical family, it's like everybody is very supportive, and they're loving, and they check up on you, and it's expected because they're your family. And when you have a family that you've really never met, most of them, I mean, there is a lot of you girls that I have met, but there's a lot of you that I've never met in person. I would love to meet you guys in person, but some of you have been sending me really nice messages, or, saying that you're thinking of me, or whatever it is, and it's really touching. The other day, and it's funny because it's gone now, but the other day a dove was sitting outside of my window. The day we came home, it was sitting outside my window, and it was singing all day. Like, how they do that, like, thing, whatever. It kind of sounds like that owl, but it's not. But anyways, they were doing that. I knew that they were sitting, like, on my roof. And it was really nice. I felt so peaceful. And then the next morning I heard it again when I woke up on Wednesday morning, and I had felt better. I had barely any cramping left. The bleeding had subsided a lot. But it was almost like I'm okay. Now it's just to move on to the future, and to just be grateful for what I have, and grateful that I have a lot of you guys in my life that are there to support me. So I thought I was okay, but I guess I'm not. So thank you guys for your support. I'm sorry that this is a long video, and I have an appointment in 2 weeks to make sure everything is gone and out. So I will update you guys then. So again, thank you for the support, and I will talk to you soon.